So, Harry and Meghan have to vacate Frogmore Cottage. I guess, I don't know by what date. I guess ASAP, because they have apparently been evicted. So I'm thinking, in their place, how would I take this? Well, I think if you've been following my YouTube channel, you know exactly how I would have taken this. I would have already put a down payment on a new house and something that makes sense, something sexy, something architecturally sexy, something with a location, sexy. It just would have been sexy till their heads explode, okay? At the same time, I also, because, I'm just the way I am, and I would have just had a gala at my Montecito home. It would be private, of course, You know how Harry and Meghan had gone to Ellen DeGeneres' home for a party, and they were very low key, but it still got out anyway. So it's not like, okay, I know I'm contradicting myself because I have said that Harry and Meghan should not be seen, they should not be heard, they should be just, private. And now I'm saying they should have a Frogsit gala at their Montecito home. Honestly, why am I so capricious? Why do I contradict myself like this all the time? And what's my problem? Well, look, it's a moving target. And you have to be supple. You have to be, is it supple in English? Flexible, souplesse. You need to have souplesse. En français, ça veut dire, flexibilité. Hein? You have to be flexible. Now, so there's a way that you do what I say, like you stay put, you don't sort of like be seen in public, but you can still have a Frogsit gala because I believe that they have to celebrate the end of this chapter in their lives and they have to turn it into a positive. So what I would do if I had my sexy husband like she does, Meghan, you just have so much going for you. You just don't understand. Okay? You do not understand. My sexy husband and I, we would have a gala. We'd invite about 20 of our friends, to fly in to Montecito if they're not already in California. And, it's sort of impromptu, nothing too crazy, but the theme is frogs. The theme is frogs, so they can wear like a brooch that's frog inspired, or a dress, or I don't know, the theme, or a necklace, or I don't know, but the theme is frogs because guess what? To be perfectly honest with you, just between you and me, don't tell anybody I said that. But when I heard that Meghan and Harry had gotten this amazing house called Frogmore Cottage, like before all the problems started coming up, I was completely underwhelmed by it. I thought, Frogmore? I'm going to become a princess to live in a place called Frogmore Cottage? That's as good as it gets. I can do that by myself. Why do I have to become a princess to go live in a place called Frogmore, for God's sake? I can do that by myself. It was so unimaginative. It just wasn't, my idea of princess and royalty and luxury and wealth and just whatever, don't tell anybody I said that because then they will judge me and they'll say that I'm a bad person. But I'm just telling you the truth. The Frogmore name, it wasn't even so much the house. Now it's the house. For me, in terms of the architecture, I'm completely underwhelmed. I'm completely not impressed. And it could be because I live in France. And so I'm constantly in museums, looking at all kinds of amazing pieces of architecture. And I can, all this architecture, I should say. And I cannot be impressed with this thing. I mean, unless there's more to it than I'm seeing here, I just am not impressed. This looks like something that would just be on Main Street in Connecticut. And, Connecticut has some really nice homes. Don't get me wrong, but it's not a frickin' palace. It's not, where the Duke and Duchess lives. So I am not impressed. That all said, it's a chapter. And ideally, they should have the party at Frogmore, but that's not going to happen. So you have it at Montecito, at your Montecito house. You have Frogsit, and call it Frogsit. Own it. You want to put this on me and make it into a negative? I'm going to take it and I'm going to turn it into a positive, because didn't you have Brexit yourselves? And supposedly England is better off because they Brexited, right? Okay, so we Frogsited. And you know what? It's a good thing for us as well. So you have a gala, right? You turn it into a gala. And frankly, if you keep this up, I'll do this annually, okay? The Frogsit Gala, or the Frog Gala, or I don't know what you'd call it, something cheeky, and just own it and play with it. Just play with it and play with them. And Meghan and Harry are very good at that anyway, at playing with them. Oh my God, I would have such a Frogsit party at my mansion in Montecito. Look at this thing. Honestly, this cannot. I think this is a lie. I don't think this is the house they're talking about. It can't possibly be that this is the big deal that had the British people going crazy because Meghan had this. I mean, I'm sure even in California, without even living in Montecito, when she was married to her first husband, her first house was better than this. I mean, I wouldn't want to live in this. This isn't my dream. You know what I mean? If you want to know the kinds of stuff I like, the only thing that stops me is money. I don't have money, okay? But, if I had money, are you kidding? There's no way I would live in this. I wouldn't even live in this if they offered it for free, actually. I'm not interested. It's boring AF, for God's sakes. I'd have a Frogsit Gala like you have no idea. We'd serve like frog cookies and frog sandwiches and frog legs. It would be